Hello and welcome to this solo episode of Mark My Words. I am your host, Mark Schmidt. Thank you for joining me today. I am going to talk today about something that I have learned quite a bit about and has been really like a eureka kind of thing as I have gone through my podcasting journey. And that's the idea of networking through your podcast. And I don't mean joining a podcasting network or joining Facebook groups, although that can be very beneficial as well and can help you to meet like-minded hosts and guests. Those are all really great opportunities. But what I'm really talking about is something I didn't really see when I was first starting up this show, which is every guest that I have on this show is a really great networking opportunity, not just because you're meeting like-minded people and you're sharing that hour with them, although that is also a very valuable component of the networking aspect of having a podcast. But I think the conversations that you have with your guests really gives you an opportunity to connect with people in a way that you might not be able to when just going to a Facebook group page or anything on social media, really. I've always been a big fan of the one-on-one conversation. I'm not so much like a group conversation kind of person. I guess unless I'm like in control of the group. But what I really love is the connection that I get with my guests when they come on the show, and we not only talk about their business, but we talk about things like mental health and a plethora of topics. I know AI has been a really hot topic on my show this year, and it has made a huge difference as far as just networking opportunities to meet up and learn more about AI and grow, but it is just giving an opportunity for me and the guests to talk in a way that might not happen otherwise when you're just maybe going on LinkedIn and you're like, hey, I see you are a podcaster, or I see that you've been a guest on a lot of shows, let's connect. And then you kind of just leave it at that. Like, it's a real, tangible conversation, and you leave like an imprint on their lives, much like they leave an imprint on yours just from having that structured conversation where you're connecting. And I know in my case, I'm learning about everybody's journey, and I feel like that's a very personal thing to tell somebody about your life story. So I really feel like podcasting is a great opportunity to network. I know it will help you to potentially build up business opportunities, and who knows where that journey will take you. I know when I started this show, I had a couple of friends from and connections just from LinkedIn and some networking events I had gone to, and just people I had met through the grapevine. It's not like I was born with all of these great guests just lined up waiting to be on my show. I had to work at it and had to do some of that work to network and get myself out of the box. And those are all advantages of running a podcast as well, is just the opportunity to step outside of the box a little bit and do some things that you never probably would have done otherwise, like speaking publicly, leading the conversation, finding the guests and agreeing to have them on your show, that kind of stuff. I really just feel like there are so many, especially, let me put it this way, when I get to the end of an episode and everybody is so happy about how everything turned out, I not only feel like I have gained like their respect, I feel like I've gained a friend and a colleague that I can reach out to if I want to, whether it's a follow up episode, some kind of other networking opportunity. I mean, really, the opportunities are limitless once you start having people on your show and having really good conversations that are substantial and really have some depth to it. And it goes a really long way. And I really just love the fact that I am meeting people from all over the world, all walks of life, all backgrounds, experiences, etc. And not only am I learning things that I wouldn't have learned otherwise, but I'm connecting with people that I never, or at least I should say most likely would never have crossed paths with. And I think if there was ever an endorsement for why it's a good idea to start a podcast, and there are many reasons, I think some of the points here are a real good reflection, in my opinion, of why. On top of the fact that it's just a really great outlet and it gives you an opportunity to talk about topics and connect with like minded people and do things that you would not have maybe the ability to do otherwise. So, really, for me, there are a lot of benefits to doing a podcast, a lot of reasons that you should consider doing one. But if you're looking to build your network, whether it's for business reasons or for creative reasons, any other type of reason for fun, I highly recommend starting just for the fact that it will build up your network and the connections and conversations that you have will be I'm not going to say definitely, but it will likely be one of the most fulfilling things that you do. Because I know for me, it's so fulfilling to connect with people on this level and to have the conversations that I have had. It's been life changing and it's just been the best experience. So think about your network. Think about how you want to grow as a person, as a professional, as an entrepreneur, whatever the case is, a hobbyist, whatever it is that you really want to grow on as a person. And think about how you can grow your network, because I feel like podcasting has really opened up a huge world to me. And you will see not only just with the individuals, but beyond the individuals and their networks. So think about that as you're thinking about these areas of growth in your life and your career or whatever it is that you want to use the podcast for. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this podcast. I am Mark Schmidt. This was a solo episode of Mark My Words. I will see you soon with a new episode. Bye for now.